everyone realizes that when someone places a shirts in a day order, it's not because they're impatient. It's because they absolutely have to have the order.
It takes a lot of experience, knowledge, commitment, coordination, and we've got a team that can get it done.
We are just giving that order a fast pass through our buildings, the same process, but we're just pushing that order to the front.
We're in Bowling Green, Kentucky, also known as Vet City, USA. This episode is all about speed, which is why we're at BlueCotton, the kings and queens of shirts in a day. BlueCotton is a custom apparel shop specializing in quick-turn screen print and embroidery orders. Their mission is to provide a best-in-class customer experience where no order is too small or too big. They've built their business on servicing small-run orders with speed and a commitment to quality. In this episode, they'll showcase their Shirts in a Day program, where their strengths in workflow processes allow them to turn orders within 24 hours to deliver on customer satisfaction every single day. Let's go inside and learn what makes BlueCotton excel at Shirts in a Day. So today we're focusing all about speed, and with that is the founder and CEO of BlueCotton, Mike Coffey. So Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Marshall. How are you?
Oh, awesome. Let's talk about how you founded BlueCotton.
Well, I was supposed to be a CPA. I went to school for accounting and finance, and I didn't get a job immediately out of school, and so I started selling t-shirts just as a kind of a bridge to the next thing. And I started selling to fraternities and sororities on Western Kentucky University's campus, and then that kind of spread. We went to Auburn, went to Vanderbilt, went to about 5 or 6 different campuses, Indiana University. And that bridge started turning into more of a road. Here we are today, a full-blown screen print embroidery operation, and I tell people it was an accident that it started. Where we are today is a result of a lot of planning and purpose, but it never should have happened, honestly.
So how does the notion of your culture that you've built here help you with speed with getting your orders out?
We put so many more resources into the employee experience over the last few years, because you can't create a product that connects people together that they want to come back and order again if you don't have a lot of really committed people working with you. We have a program where if you order by noon today, we deliver it anywhere in the country tomorrow. And it takes a lot of experience, knowledge, commitment, coordination. We have to have the tenacity to get past the things that are problems, and there are lots of things to get past in screen printing, and we've got a team that can get it done.
So the notion of speed in a print production facility is what we're going to talk about in today's episode, and I'm with Julie Denton-Price, who's one of the partners here at BlueCotton. So Julie, how do you emphasize that with what you guys do here?
It's a very urgent business. We do everything on a deadline, whether it's a shirts in a day order or just a standard order. But the key to doing that is great people who know how to do their job and stay on task.
And how do you guys do that? It's so hard to find people these days. How do you get that done here?
It's absolutely difficult to find people these days. We're not unique in any way when it comes to that. It's all about fit. We can teach people how to do any part of this job. We can't teach them to show up to work, and we can't teach them to be a good team member, to work quickly, and to care about the end product. So if someone can bring those 4 things to the table, we feel like we can get them to where they need to be in the skill and performance.
So the notion of hiring slow, how does that play into producing fast?
Let me tell you what happens when you hire fast. You produce slow. We many times would hire people on the day they came in for an interview. They were breathing, they could look us in the eye, and they wanted a job and we needed them. But we didn't take the time to train them, to show them our culture, to show them really how to be of help. And so they didn't make friends at work, they didn't feel like they were doing a good job, and that doesn't make anybody feel good. Right. So we really had to prep our people to let them know that our hiring process will slow down. So you're not just gonna turn through people. But what we all had in common that we wanted was for people to stay. And we want to have great work relationships too. It's proven to be the best thing. Once we get them hired in, then we've set up the best first day ever. So we've just really thought about what type of day do we need to provide so that when they go home and someone says, "How was your day?" They're like, "Oh my gosh, you would not believe, this was the best first day I've ever had." We just really slow play it and show them how their piece of the production puzzle plays into the big picture how what happens before their station affects them and how what they do affects the stage after, but that it all affects the customer. All of these orders are meaningful to the person ordering it. These aren't retail purchases or impulse buys. They are for an event. They're for opening their business. They're very significant moments. And so we have to put a lot of love and care into the process. I think everyone realizes that when someone places a shirts in a day order, it's not because they're impatient. It's because they absolutely have to have the order. If it doesn't go out, we've totally let that customer down. So we are just giving that order a fast pass through our building. We're not chaotic and running around with our heads cut off. It's the same process, but we're just pushing that order to the front.
So more than anything, it's about setting up the correct processes to have the successful outcome that you want, because you have standards, you've got training, you've got everything in place. So it's just a rinse and repeat. It's business as usual, right?
And we practice every day. You know, we're printing about 150 screen print jobs a day. So we're practicing 150 times. Just sometimes we speed that up. So all of our orders turn in 1 to 8 business days as far as from the time they come in until the time they leave. We get a fire drill on some orders all in 1 day.
We have a program. If you order from our website before noon Central, we will deliver anywhere in the country tomorrow. And we limit that obviously to a few styles and a few colors. We can't give you the whole plethora of options, but we have a fashion shirt, and we have a unisex shirt, and we have 5 or 6 colors. We have sizes youth small all the way through adult XXX.
How does the fact that you have the ability to have a second shift impact your ability to deliver on that 1 day turn?
Well, it gives us a little breathing room. We didn't always have a second shift, but we still offered shirts in a day. So back then, we weren't as polished as we are now. Having more time is always good, especially when you're turning in 1 day. But you know, if the order comes in at noon, we just have to have it done by 8 p.m. We do have a shift change in there, so that it's a good thing, but it also things can get lost. So communication's key.
So Mike, what are we gonna see today?
Well, you're going to see us print a shirts in a day order, and we're going to be using a JERZEES Snow Heather. It's a great shirt. It's got a great hand. It's soft. I think it's 88-12, 88 poly, 12% cotton, and we're using it today.
So Mike, who are we going to meet next?
We are going to meet the second employee that I ever hired, Angie Norrod. She was in charge of our art department for many, many years. We've got 120 employees now. We've had hundreds and hundreds over the years, but Angie was number 2. In fact, her 25-year anniversary is next month, and we're going to go downstairs and meet her now.
Well, let's go meet her.
Let's do it.
So I'm with Angie Norrod, who's the director of web ops here. So Angie, one of the great things I've learned about you guys is you have a fantastic culture here that revolves around training and developing skills and stuff. So how has that enabled you guys to champion your shirts in a day program and getting things out faster?
Because we have such a streamlined process, it makes it really easy for the customer to place that shirts in a day order, and it makes it easy for us to move that through the system really quickly. All you do is say, here's the shirt that I want, here's the color that I want, and as long as you have your artwork ready to go, you upload your artwork, or you can use our design studio tools to create your own design. The beauty of it is you place your order, and because you created your artwork, you know what that t-shirt's gonna look like. Automated design proofing process that the customer participates in, that eliminates probably 75% of the time that is spent in the art department on artwork preparation.
Tell us about the design that we're going to print today.
There are some hidden elements in the design. They're symbolic of some accomplishments we've made this year.
And this is something that could be from your customer type design that goes through.
Absolutely is. We print designs that look like this all the time. So if someone uploaded this particular design to our design studio and placed their order, we would have no problem taking this artwork, color separating it, and getting it to print probably in 30 minutes or less.
So I'm with Wes Forshee, the production manager here at BlueCotton. One of the things you specialize in is same day quick turn jobs, right? So how does that work here?
I've got a team of about 10 managers, and so those 10 people are constantly studying the schedule. We're forecasting. We have daily meetings, 9 a.m. meetings with the management team to try to figure out what's going to be, what can catch us off guard, and just kind of keeping our head on a swivel and staying ready just to make sure that we're there to service the customer daily. We got a first shift and we've got a second shift, so the second shift crew is usually looking to that next day to protect our first shift, to say, let's get all the jobs that we can get done today to kind of clear the path for that next shift.
Talk about the training you guys here have, because I know you have something called PPI, right? Why don't you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so the Printer Performance Initiative, that's a built-in review for our screen printers every 90 days. And so we've got a formula that calculates how many imprints and screens that they touch. We've got something in there that watches their quality as well to make sure we're not just mowing orders down. But yeah, that 90-day review built in has been a game changer for us. Yeah. A lot of people are lucky to get a yearly review. Our screen printers get it every 90 days.
Right. And how does that feed into your whole notion of speed?
It has changed the game on speed for sure. Used to, you kind of were, you'd have to wonder what is it that I'm doing this for exactly. But now you've got a clear purpose, you got a clear goal. You can check that goal daily if you'd like to see your score on your PPI. It's got the screen printer invested just as much as management or ownership on how fast they want to get these jobs printed. We ask the customer to have that Shirts in a Day entered in by noon or purchased by noon. Our sales reps will flag production. All the orders are important. We're trying to get them all out today. Yeah. That one becomes number 1A. Once that order gets bumped up to the top of the list, we start acting faster because it's an inventory pool, so we've got to get somebody to go pull that. We have 8 hours. That's an advantage that we have because the second shift is here, and we just got to get it on the UPS trailer by 8 p.m.
I'm with Ian Boone, who's the head screen print trainer here at BlueCotton. You guys really emphasize speed. How does that translate into what you do as a trainer, but also what we're going to be working on later today?
So my goal as a trainer is to get people to be as efficient as possible. They need to evaluate what they have and be able to set it up as quickly as possible and run it as efficiently as possible.
So Ian, what are we printing today?
So we're doing Jersey Snow Heather 8812, and we're going to do single hits. It's a 4-screen job. We're gonna do single hits because we're gonna try to reduce the flash dwell time to get the best possible outcome for this job.
A great tip to managing the Shirts in a Day program is managing your inventory. You can't offer every single product in the world for Shirts in a Day, so you've got to pick some things that you can keep on site at your location. I would recommend keeping a limited number of styles and colors, but with a full array of sizes to meet your Shirts in a Day demand.
I already have all the screens in the press, and so I'm gonna go around and trial lock the screens. And so we have a 3-position tool here to make sure that when this goes over and when this raises up, it's almost exactly the same on every screen. So the trial lock helps us get the job done faster because it allows us to get the lineup process done quickly. So the first screen that we're trial locking is the white base. And then I'm gonna go over to my next head. Head 5 is PMS 299, which is a blue color. Everything's gonna be set up to be a single hit and a quick run. So once I get done trial locking, I'll put my inks and my squeegees in. For a typical Shirts in a Day job like this, it takes us about 10 minutes to set up once we get all the materials to us. We have squeegees and inks readily available, and it takes us 10 minutes to get everything in the press, trial locked, lined up, and then ready to run. So the third one is a yellow gold color. After we hit this, it'll dry with this flash, and then it'll cool off here, and then we'll hit the last color. The last color is gonna be in head 12, and our last PMS color is 2189C. So we're gonna finish setting this up, put the squeegees and inks in and flood bars, and then we're gonna start running this job. A great tip to get orders out within 24 hours is to shoot for single hits on all of the screens. So what this allows us to do is to have faster runs, less flash time, and a soft hand feel.
So Mike and Julie, thank you so much for such an awesome day, learning all about your Shirts in a Day program. The Jersey Snow Heather tee came out fantastic.
Yeah, I love this shirt, and setting it up to do single passes on every screen really gave it a great hand.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. We love printing on it, and we're really proud to have our logo on that shirt.
Well, you know, it's your processes and standards you have here that really made this possible. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You guys rock.
Thanks, Marshall.